Hey guys, how we doing?
Hello, everybody.
Joe here.
Evan,
Uh, I just want to say thanks again to you guys because
we were just talking about this.
last week was nuts.
Yeah,
It completely changes the show.
and no spoilers happened
No
from
spoilers happened.
anybody.
It goes to show that we did a pretty all right job of calling these characters.
A couple of things we called, but also just a real shout out to the people watching. Any
Yeah.
number of people who could have spoiled a lot for us, and nobody came close.
Any one of you guys.
In fact, they completely gaslit us. Gaslit us all the way
I
through.
know.
Because it's like, maybe Tahani and
Yeah.
Chidi don't belong there. Yes, they do. Okay, they do.
To all you therapists out there,
Yeah.
gaslighting's fine.
Gaslighting works. No, if you think you're susceptible to it. Any last thoughts? Because we could spend a half hour talking about the finale and how the show changes, right? We know we're getting a bit of a reset, right? They're going to
Yeah.
they're starting
Quite
over.
literally a reset.
But with dramatic irony, right? There is no real reset because we know.
Yeah.
We know they're in the bad place. We know what Michael is now and what the setup is. So it's not really a reset on the show
No.
because we know what it is going forward. At least what they're showing us.
Yeah, the tension comes from them trying to find one another and figure it out. Again, us knowing what we know.
Absolutely. It's a completely different show, regardless of the fact they're going back to square one.
As far as thoughts go, well, I wonder. I want to rewatch the first season and see how obvious it was.
Yeah, because we missed stuff. There are people who said in comments that there were little tiny subtle things that let you. First off, the fact that it was all frozen yogurt and there was no ice cream anywhere.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a bit of a clue.
I do like it, but
I do too.
Heaven, I want some soft
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Why not have ice cream? Do you need healthy food?
Is there a Haagen-Dazs?
Yeah, right. Do you need healthier options? You're dead. It's not like you're watching your waistline.
I know, and
there were clues,
tons of clues, and even in that last episode, when you first see his plans laid out, it says the good place in quotations.
Right, the quotation. Someone's. I
didn't even think about that.
I did not either. So good for them. There is one thing I did want to give a lot of credit to the writers on that we didn't really talk about last week. Thinking back on it,
Yeah.
Sanjay, I think, might have been his name. The kind of smiley guy who was helping out. He pops in with the book, right? That's the fun setup. Is like us, like I'm sure everyone watching the show reading it was like, there's got to be a loophole, right? That lets them all stay, right? They have to come up with a loophole because an emotional appeal is not going to work with Sean. And what's funny is that's what the setup was. They have Sanjay pop in and say, "Hey guys, I found the loophole." Like that's the direction the plan was going to go.
Yeah,
but Eleanor was like, "Get out of here! We got this figured out," which was really great because it's the writers knowing we're all thinking there's a loophole, right? They set it up so we're thinking. So they're like, they like had the loophole come in like, you guys thought this is the way we were going.
Yeah,
it was totally self-awareness of the writers to know how we're sitting here trying to figure out their show.
I love how mad they can get with the show.
Absolutely, it was such brilliant writing and construction,
and it made me frustrated at first because I was like, Eleanor, no, listen to Sanjay. You know what I mean? I was like, listen to it, please. But the fact that she was much more savvy than we are, I mean, that's just
Eleanor's a genius, by the way, because that is we had questions about Chidi and Tahani based on kind of clues about who they seem to be in their past lives.
Sure.
But we had no idea what the actual payoff was as far as we're in the bad place. Wait, what? That got me so off guard.
It was really Hail Mary because what if it wasn't really the bad place? You know what I mean? She was just like, "No, we're fine, me and Chidi," and they were just like, "Okay."
Well, I think the simple fact, kind of what that shows is Eleanor, kind of makes fun of the fact that she was a bad student and she went to Arizona State University, which I don't understand why, but Arizona State is a punchline in television and movies a lot.
Really is,
like it's a bad school. Like I know Daniel Tosh did a lot of making fun of Arizona State.
He did
with some of his stuff, but
maybe it's just because it's a party school.
It must be, right?
Every school is a party school,
right? And
for the most part,
yeah, I guess it's kind of like Florida. I think Arizona gets kind of a Florida reputation a little bit, fair or unfair.
Sure,
no hate for Florida or Arizona, although it's way too hot in both sometimes,
all the time.
Right, but her street smarts are what really won the day there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She may not be, educated or a serious learner or student, even though she did pick stuff up from Chidi.
But there's an education there.
But I just think her situational awareness is top notch.
More perceptive.
Oh, completely. I mean, Chidi is a much more educated
an actual
man.
Genius.
Yeah, he's an actual genius, and he didn't catch on to what to the reality she did.
No, and somebody also pointed out on Patreon that they think Chidi's OCD.
It's possible because he's just all over the place, right?
Yeah.
He gets distracted really easily.
Mm-hmm.
So that's absolutely possible. It's not just his indecisiveness or that he weighs too many options of the world. He might just Yeah, he could be suffering from OCD. Yeah, he could just be easily distracted. Mm-hmm. We're not therapists, so anything we said there that we technically got wrong, we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
We have no formal training or anything.
It's just YouTube.
Right. We do want to go ahead and welcome Amy B, Elizabeth Gates, Flavio Ramalho, I think, Fozzie Alamari, Stephanie Bedworth, Mai, Surab, Kate Rierson, and Zebi to our Patreon group. And I'm sorry for those names I got wrong, but we're very happy you're here with us. Thank you, guys.
Yes, we are. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel. If you mind the like button for us, leave us a comment down below and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on the new content we have coming your way.
Yeah, if you'd like to see a full-length reaction to this and everything else we've watched or are watching, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. On all shows we're watching, including The Good Place, we're 4 episodes ahead on Patreon of where we are on YouTube. You will have to sync and watch along on your own device or streaming service. You will only see and hear us for copyright purposes. I'm sorry for those of you who get very frustrated with that. We'll find out.
We're not hiding it.
That's why. Just goes to show you shouldn't skip this part of the video because you know that you know going in.
Yeah.
We're also watching 30 Rock right now as a Patreon exclusive, and we finished Schitt's Creek and are starting Dairy Girls. And loving that so far.
Confidence, Mikey. Project
confidence. Mikey. I don't know why that's funny. Mikey.
There he is. How's it going, boss man? I won't let you down.
I think you will. I think this entire project of yours is stupid and doomed to fail.
So do you think him stressing out about being retired is actually real? Yes, with the sinkhole and all that?
I do.
Obviously, the eventual goal is to get them to torture each other. But first, we're going to create some nice individual torment.
I feel like I got real Eleanor. Like, I got her, you know?
Okay, this is like actors.
Yeah.
You need to get Eleanor drunk at the welcome party. So she will say and do a bunch of bad stuff. There are going to be days when you're just sick of being around these disgusting humans with their weird, gross little mouths.
Oh my God.
So, torture on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I like how this is like. I like how this kind of sets up the idea that people are just really good at torturing themselves. And that's why human life is misery, is we just torture ourselves.
That's a great point. That's the point of the next season, I guess.
Yeah, he has a gear.
What are you up to?
Oh, hey there, Michael.
Try to keep them apart.
Yeah.
The work you did as an environmental activist was just extraordinary.
How long do you think it's going to take her to figure it out?
I don't know this time, you know?
There's no way it's going to be the whole season,
No
right?
way. No way. No chance. Maybe 2-3 episodes tops.
Yeah.
I was just hoping that you could say a few words at tonight's welcome party, you know, just to introduce yourself. I got you a little something to wear here. Now, all the top point getters wear these on the first night.
Is it going to be something ridiculous?
So, long story short, my heart's in the Pope. My liver's in the Dalai Lama.
Tell you something, just soulmate to soulmate.
Hold that thought. I'm gonna head to the gym.
So every time she's going to confess, that's his move to keep her from talking about it.
You must be Eleanor. I'm Jessica, the host. Hi.
So she got the mansion.
She did. She did.
Yeah. So where's Tahani?
Liquid courage.
It's a big
Actually,
one.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I need to keep a clear head.
She also seems nicer.
Yeah.
A little more rational.
How about a margarita?
No, I'm good. Actually, I'm the best, according to the sash.
I wonder if like she got like some of it rubbed off on her.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Because she seems smarter.
She's a different person.
Yeah.
Somebody pointed out on Patreon that he says what better than anybody.
He really does, yeah.
I'm sorry, Chidi. All the great philosophers in history ended up in the bad place.
That's so funny.
Yeah. It's like the picture of Doug up. Yeah.
Your soulmate situation is a little unusual.
Oh, no. I don't have one, do I?
No, it's not that you don't have a soulmate. It's that you have multiple soulmates.
Oh, yeah, it's really going to torture him.
Oh, you're right. That makes sense because he can't decide anything.
It's a rare occurrence for someone on the internet saying, you know what? You've convinced me I was wrong.
I want to start doing that on the internet now. You've convinced me I was wrong. Troll people.
Oh, yeah. They would know what to do.
Yeah.
It's perfectly with either Angelique or Pavita. So, figure it out. Should be fun.
So, making decisions isn't necessarily my strong suit.
Buddy, you gotta trust me. I would never place you in a painful situation.
Danson is really crushing this transition,
He
isn't he?
is, man.
Yeah, I guess a lot of the residents here love it.
Hawaiian
Kind of makes
pizza.
you wonder what type of pizza they have in the bad place, huh?
Hawaiian pizza. That's
Yeah.
funny.
I had to say who I sort of immediately bonded to. I kind of feel like my soulmate is
Wait! Wait! That Pedro is Angelique's soulmate, and Chidi, your soulmate is Pavita.
Oh, man, yeah.
The setup is so
That's
good.
so evil.
Yeah.
do I feel like red or white?
Oh.
Oh,
Deep down
man.
in your heart of hearts, you probably already know which one you want.
Just shut your mouth, smile at me, and walk over here.
Okay, you're definitely my least favorite person I've met so far.
at the end of this 2-part episode that they find
They
out.
may not go that far, yeah.
Zen master guy gave me this magic bracelet thing, and then he just ran away.
It's not a
Something
bracelet, it
very
looks like a gear.
strange is going.
Oh, which I wonder what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love a good MacGuffin. Could be nothing. Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think it's that random.
Sure.
Come
It's a Chekhov's gear.
Yeah.
You're in the good
How did Jason
place,
get it?
Doc.
You know?
Yeah.
What a surprise!
That was good. What a surprise.
Am charmed to meet you. It's just an unfortunate Freudian short.
All my short kings out there, we stay up.
How
Well,
much taller she is.
certainly is quite quaint. So it's just
Yeah.
fun.
At times, it felt like Camila's songs were curing the malaria for us.
Oh, wow. They've really set her up.
No.
Oh, my God.
You all right, my dear?
Yes.
He's wearing ill-fitting jeans and a denim jacket. Flubberets.
Michael, hello. Yes, I'm having a splendid time.
But guess what? This is the good place. If you want your house to be larger, then just ask. Oh, I know. How about a moon? Would you like to live on your own private moon?
No, no, no.
Oh, my God. That was a little
It
passive-aggressive.
really was.
Twinsies?
I'm sorry?
Look! Cargo pants buddies! I was a garbage man in Winnipeg. How about you?
Go Manitoba. Yeah.
I'm Tahani and me. And even though I wasn't the #1 point getter, it's your first time ever wearing a sash?
Yeah, it is. But I think if we all just
Well, give it to me then.
Oh, no. It's interesting how they switched.
Completely, yeah.
Would you prefer to remain silent here as well?
Who is he going to get paired up with?
I know.
Jianyu,
Oh.
let me introduce you to your soulmate, Luong. He is also a Buddhist monk because you'll always be right next to each other for eternity.
Oh, that sucks so bad for him.
I
That's
know.
the worst of the four.
Yeah. I feel like I'd just be like, nope.
I would too. I'm like, this isn't happening.
Nope. Oh, it's the gear from the spike. Okay. That makes sense.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Eleanor, what are you up to?
I could not.
Hello,
I'm with you. I could
beautiful
not make it any
spirits.
amount of time
Can
in
I
this.
offer you two something to drink? Janet, 2 yak's milks, please. Enjoy.
Oh.
Oh no,
Oh.
that looks so gross. It's like eggnog.
Pasteurized, yeah.
Yeah. You ever see people drink buttermilk?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it spit right back out, Jason. Yeah. That was like back in the old days. Buttermilk.
yeah.
It's not sweet.
No, it's gross.
Yeah.
You have a cat, and that's cool.
I took this job.
That's
Fun. I got to break Chidi's heart like 20 times, and it was great. I want a limp.
This is supposed to be the good place. Why would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
The note you showed me before? All right, this is from a book called What We Owe to Each
Wow.
Other.
That's
That's
okay.
good,
I didn't
yeah.
catch that.
Somehow that we know each other.
We can't build a chaos sequence out of Tahani's speech because she thinks she belongs here.
That's true.
Everyone in this room, find those 4 humans!
Yeah.
Does that mean that I'm not supposed to be here?
I don't know,
Yes,
dude.
yeah, actually.
Were you a good person on Earth?
I thought the philosopher thing was going to click with him.
No, it's always the almond milk.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because you were nice to me.
I wonder if they just like don't get married again.
I hope they fall in love.
I do too.
Again.
I like that. I like that aspect a lot.
Yeah.
Chidi, allow me to escort you back to your house?
Hello all. Sorry for the late hour, Eleanor.
They're all back together anyway.
Yeah.
This is great.
Ever since I got here, it feels like something's been off.
I'm worried sick about you.
Okay.
She's picking up on it already.
Yeah.
I'm not spending another
Nice.
second with this loser. You said he was gonna be my best friend, but he is not.
Can I guess? You've been worried sick about me.
She's figuring this out already.
I'm headed to the gym.
I don't know what this place is, but it is certainly not the good place.
It took one episode. Yeah.
Like a prank show.
Yeah, like a prank show. Except according to this note, it's a prank show we've all been on before.
I'm relieved. At least there's an explanation for why this all went south so fast. That's not gonna work this time, dummy.
Whoa! Already?
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
As humans like to say, third time's the charm.
It's a little groan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, that's creepy.
yeah, that is.
That is so
No
creepy.
notes? Eleanor got completely drunk last night, talked for like an hour, even flashed somebody. So we had a lot to work with.
There will be no attempt number 3.
So he doesn't even know. Yeah.
Nope. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. Sean doesn't even know. 2.
Yeah.
Or 3. That's a really interesting dynamic. So he's just
For
gonna have
sure.
to, he could possibly keep resetting and just not tell Sean.
Yeah.
Didn't even consider that.
It would be funny if this just went on and on and on, and at
Just
some
keep
point
resetting
it's going to be
over and
kind of
over
like Groundhog Day, you know,
Yeah.
to where it's like,
Oh
they,
man,
like they don't even know how many times it happens.
I love that. I always love a good Groundhog Day esque movie.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of its own subgenre at this point.
It
and,
is.
and some of them are lame. I like Palm Springs.
I like Palm Springs quite a bit.
Yeah.
Andy Samberg, obviously. Edge of Tomorrow,
Edge of Tomorrow was great.
banger,
Yeah.
amazing movie. But yeah, that's really interesting. It's like Groundhog Day with a twist, I guess.
For sure.
It's not quite that, but it was interesting to see that, like, how from the get go, it just didn't work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I wonder if like they considered that while writing this season. They're like, well, we can't just do the same thing over again.
No, for sure.
It's not fresh,
Right.
you know. And so, I wonder if they tried it out. If they started writing season 2, they're like, okay, the setup we had in this episode was how they're going to proceed going forward. And they're just like,
Yeah, I mean,
can't
really.
figure that out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the fact that we have this dynamic is much more interesting. You know what I mean?
It's such a different show now.
Yeah.
And that we're kind of behind the curtain now
Yeah.
with everything. And now it's going to be like, how does this group of 4 people keep blowing this open? And I really feel like Jason was the big catalyst of it really unraveling.
Yeah.
The dumbest person in the cast.
Yeah.
Although Eleanor's soulmate, go to the gym guy here is got to be in the running for
Go to the gym.
for dumbest people there.
I went 9 times.
Yeah, wait, 9. Yeah, I like the direction of the show. There were some comments, and these aren't. I don't consider these spoilers at all. But someone's like, "Oh, great, you guys made it to the first really big twist." So I'm like, "Well, this obviously is a show that." And
Yeah.
honestly, I wouldn't have expected it. Like, okay, here's the new reality for the show,
Sure.
and that's what it's going to be for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
No way. I think the show's going to get blown up many times.
I do too, and I don't want to predict what the twists are.
I
The
would
fact
love
that
to
we
be able
know
to.
there is one is cool, but like we didn't see the last one coming,
No,
so I doubt we'll see the second one coming.
no.
Also, I like how they're keeping the mystery element sort of still, right? Like,
Yeah.
Because it's like we don't know what's going to happen next. We still don't. I mean, like they reset the 3rd time, but the note's gone now.
Right.
How do they come together again?
Sure, absolutely.
Because I mean, even without the note, Eleanor seems to have been a changed person, right?
Right. Yeah,
Tahani's much more honest now too. She's not going to fake it. She does not like her situation.
sure.
Even Jason, like you said, I mean, he really did. Like he was the catalyst there. He did save the day.
Absolutely, he did.
Chidi's more decisive.
Yeah.
They're just different people. So
Yeah, I think the idea that they erased their memories, but erasing their memories didn't really change who they fundamentally became as people.
yeah,
which kind of makes sense, right? It's because like that's the whole point of the afterlife here, right? You are who you are based on what you did when you were alive.
Yeah.
You know, so you're kind of like, here's the end, and that's where you are. Well, they have a new ending, right? and the new ending is Eleanor's a more thoughtful person. Jason is a more outgoing person. Chidi is a more decisive person.
Yeah.
Tahani is a more genuine person.
More honest.
Yeah, and so I think that just being around each other, even with that, the memory of that kind of getting erased, they're fundamentally changed as people.
Yeah.
You know, from the experience.
I'm also wondering if the point system is a real thing, right?
I think so. I just think they're lying to them about what points they had.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, it might not be. You're right. It could be a Michael creation.
Because if it is a real thing, I think Eleanor for sure improved her points, right?
For sure, absolutely right.
I think in a way they all kind of did.
I think they all did.
And I wonder if that has something to do with it. If not, I'm just wrong.
You're right. Yeah. No, I think you bring up a good point. It is quite possible that the point system of who's a good person and bad person could have been a complete construct that Michael came up with to say, you know, in his version of The Good Place, in quotes, congratulations, we use a point system here, and here's how you did it.
Which sounds ridiculous when you say that, right? I mean, like,
it might be or might not be, but I think it still has to be a thing, right?
Sure.
Because I think that still thematically is an important part of the show.
Yeah.
And in the point system highlights how do we really track what makes a good person versus a bad person.
Yeah.
So I think the point system is still important because of that, right? The idea of, is Eleanor truly a bad person? Well, I think she's a better person than Mindy was. And Mindy, you know, they made the argument, was a medium person.
Yeah.
But Mindy says, don't go back and help everybody. And I was like, no, I'm going back and helping everybody.
Well, Mindy's not real, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm assuming so as well. But just their idea of it, right? Is that, you know, you're clearly a bad person. And I think we can make a case for all four of them, including Jason, right? Who got better at this point. That's not necessarily the case, you know.
Sure.
You meet Chidi, and you know, even though Chidi is an indecisive person who maybe didn't do good works throughout his life, does that mean he deserves to suffer?
No,
I don't think so. I think he's a good guy that just had problems with making decisions,
especially if it's OCD.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, going to hell for having OCD.
Yes,
I mean, like,
seriously, right?
It's awful.
and I think that's part of it, right? It's like, oh, this person is a bad person. Well, why are they a bad person? Well, because you know these horrible things happened to them, or they grew up with these detriments that they couldn't overcome.
But he has a backstory.
And exactly, and you know, privilege is a thing, you know, and there's one thing we can kind of see is that at least with Eleanor and with Jason, they didn't have that kind of privilege.
They didn't have a great upbringing.
Maybe Chidi did. Hard to say, because you're right. He could actually have a psychological condition that kind of impairs his decision making abilities.
Sure.
And yeah, Tahani grew up with incredible privilege, but she also grew up in a very large shadow of her sister with terrible parents.
Yeah.
You know, judgy, awful parents.
Yeah.
So, you know,
you're a product of your environment. Everybody's
a product of their experiences, for sure. I hope that that's not something that the show moves away from. I don't think it will, because I think it's a really important part of what the show is.
Yeah.
Are you a good person or a bad person, and what got you there?
Yeah.
What did you have versus what you didn't have? You know,
that's a great point. Yeah. And just for fun's sake, I really hope that we see Adam Scott again.
Oh, for sure. I do not want to be done with Trevor in any way.
Trevor is my favorite character.
He's a lot of fun. All right, guys, we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.